All right, let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to do a Mediterranean scene today. I do have liquid white. This is water. This is sky. And I wasn't originally going to do this, but as you can see from yesterday, I did a mountain, and I got a little pink left. And I'm going to use it because I don't like to waste anything. This is a 1-inch brush right here. I'm just going to, since it's here, I'm going to just put it here. That's why I save it. It's only good for about a day. You can save your paint. This is from yesterday. Those are mountain colors. I'm saving that in case I got something dark. I need some dark color. But this will just give it some flavor. That's what I call it, flavor. Just reflect it into the water. But this is mainly going to be blue, but it'll have a hint of pink. Just a hint. Now let's take a little phthalo blue. A little darker than that. We're going to go across the top. Bring it down. I really wasn't even going to use liquid white on this because there is some area, but you don't always have to use it. I don't put it in my water a lot of times. I do always put it in the sky, but I don't always put it in the water. You know, you just don't have to. I like using it, just not ever, because see, now it's getting on my other stuff, and I don't like it getting on my other stuff right there. But you can't have everything, can you? Got to take the good with the bad. Like I said, this is mostly going to be blue, just with a hint of pink. Okay, let me get me a big brush. I am just going to quickly, because it takes a lot of time to do this, but I'm just putting color down on the canvas today. That's all I'm doing. I made some tan right here. This is white, yellow, ochre, and brown. And a Mediterranean scene, that seems to be the real popular color. This building here, this is some type of a house or whatever. You guys have seen me do this before. I just take colors, I'll vary them. I'll use different colors. Here's yellow ochre. Throw some yellow ochre in. Burnt sienna. I really like burnt sienna. I'll throw it in here. I'm just going to mix things up. More tan than anything though to start with. That's my main color I want. Let's take some white. Throw some white in. A little brown. Throw some brown in, which is burnt umber. A little more brown. We're just putting color down is all we're doing. A little more brown, trying to work quickly. This might be enough for this. And then I take a 1-inch brush and I'll mix all this up. Put a little bit more, burnt sienna in this. I have a tendency to use too much burnt sienna. I really like it. Things turn out kind of orangey looking, which is, all right. Let me go ahead, get me a brush. This don't look clean, but it should be. And I'm just going to mix all this up, and this will give us a good starting color. I'll have to get a smaller brush and go around the edges. This is the fun part because you don't have to be neat. Just throw it down, throw some color down here. Throw it down as fast as you can and move on. See, good enough. Now I'll just take a brush and I'll go around and trim this a little bit. And I'm just going to keep putting some color down. It's kind of boring. You guys have seen me do it before. And then I'll be back. All right, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm working on the ground here. I'm making like stones. This is what I'm going to be trying to go after. Put some kind of awning thing here. I'm not finished with it. Not finished with this. Not finished with anything really. But anyways, I am just with randomness throwing things in here. I want the light, not the sun, light to be coming down this way, coming across. So I am just randomly throwing some things in there. That's yellow ochre. I mixed it with a little white up in there when I started up here. This is some burnt sienna. These kind of Mediterranean scenes, this is what I like to do to the ground. I like to use randomness to show, it looks like stones or something, you know. I mean, without doing each one individual. That's the appearance I'm trying to give. But you got to mix your colors up real nice. And the sun is coming down as I showed you, and I want it, and this line right here will represent, it gets real dark down in here. This is a shadow from this. And it's going to get darker anyways as it comes a little closer to you. So I'm going to start making it a little darker. This is here will be just burnt umber. See how it's getting a little bit darker as it's getting closer. Maybe even a touch darker than that. I mean, you know, you might have to go over this again and just touch up. But you're getting the overall idea. Now, I'm going to switch to raw umber, which is darker. And you gotta blend it where it meets. You gotta blend it together. You don't want it to look crazy or nothing. But we're gonna make it pretty dark down in here. You can actually take Prussian blue, mix it with your raw umber, and that really darkens it up. See how much darker that is than that? Well, this is a shadow area. We want it pretty dark right here. Here's some alizarin crimson. Throw it in. Just for extra color. I got some on my palette, and I'm going to use it. The more colors, the better in most cases. And I did say most cases, not all. Well, see, we got a shadow effect coming across right there. I'm not worried about this area. I'm going to put a plant right here, and this is going to cover this up. But that's what you want to do with the floor here. I may make it a little bit, throw some, a little bit of brightness in, just a little. Okay, I've been working here a little bit. I'm not really sure where I left off. This painting seems like it's taking forever. But anyways, I am placing flower pots. That's what I'm doing. I just put these in here. I'm going to put some more right in here. I think I'm going to make these blue next to the building. I'm going to make these brown because of the blue water. And I'm thinking, let me get me a brush. I had the wrong brush. I'm thinking that I'm going to put one right here. So I'm going to use some phthalo blue with a little white mixed in it. Blue vases look pretty good sometimes. I think I want this one pretty big. Maybe something like this. Oh, we're just using our imagination. Well, you know, we're going to work on this more. We're just putting the main color of the vase down, which is blue. Got to start somewhere, and that's what we're doing. This is just phthalo blue. Phthalo blue, it's a good color. I mean, I like phthalo blue. I don't use it, the only time I really use it's in the sky, unless I'm making vases, as in today. Because I did this one time before and I thought, well, it looks pretty good. A blue vase. There's going to be stuff hanging over, so we ain't worried about the top too much. I need another one. Wait a minute, this is going to be hanging down. Probably right here. It's going to be darker, apparently. Can't be blue or light blue. It's got to be dark. So I'll throw a little Prussian blue. I'll mix a little Prussian in with it. Let's put one right here. See, it's a little darker. It can just be a standard old vase. It don't have to be nothing pretty. We're just trying to fill in some spots. Phthalo blue with Prussian blue, because this is a shadow area. It's got to be darker. Let's see, is that thing crooked? Let's see here. Might be. But these are going to be brown. These three will be brown. And I just want to show you what I was doing here. So I'll bring you back. I'm just going to keep working on these vases, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, here I am again. I've been throwing, this is really wet, and I'd really like to wait till tomorrow, but I'm very impatient. But this is just black and some sap greens, all this is right here. And I am going to take some more black, sap green. Actually, here's a pile right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I'm just kind of swishing it in, so to speak, like you would do a tree with comma strokes. Actually, I probably have to keep wiping my brush off here. I think I just want these to come down this side on this particular pot. I don't want it to block the door. Just black and sap green. And as I said, I'm just flipping it like you would do a comma stroke. Just back and forth. See, it's picking some of this blue up off of this pot. And you know, that's probably okay. Because I'm going to have to put some right here, right where that blue is, to make it look right. So we'll make this a little taller right here. And it's going to have to come down through here. See, I'm going to probably use pure black now, because I want this dark right here. That's why I said I'm just piling the paint on at this moment. I've got stuff to do tomorrow, and I want to get this finished. It might be okay. Maybe I'll just bring it down just a little bit on this side. You know, it's your painting, it's your imagination, so make it work for you. That's a little better. Now this one down here, I'm just going to do the same. This one here is going to be a little bit bigger and fuller, because I don't like the color of this pot too well. So I'm going to cover most of it up. That's what you do if you don't like something, just cover it up. Make it part of the painting. I mean, it's okay, but it's not my favorite pot. All right, we're putting some highlights on here. We're doing some yellow. The important thing is to remember which direction the sun is coming from. It's coming down this way. And this is what we're hitting. We're hitting whatever we feel like the sun will be touching with this yellow. Whatever we think it's touching, that's where we're hitting. But you got to have some highlights on it. It makes it look a lot better. And you just should. You just should anyway. You just got to hit it where you think the sun is kissing it. See, like that one, that's probably good. These vines here are hanging down, so they're below the ledge. That's what we're going to say. So they're not getting any sun. Let's go over to this one. Just wherever the sun is touching. We know it's probably touching most of this side for sure. You just don't want to overdo. Just make it look as natural as you can. Just do the best that you can do. It's all you can ask. Okay, now this one down here, most of this, is in the shade. I'm gonna say maybe it's touching this right up here at the top. But the rest of it, we're just gonna, actually I might get some green and put in there just to dull the yellow down a little bit. Just a little brighter of a color, not much. And I'll hit this, what I just put on there. Dull it down a little bit. All right, I went ahead and did some practice. I am taking alizarin crimson. I'm putting it on first. I'm gonna do this one, and these two probably gonna be pale purple. Man, I'm just putting flowers where I think they need to be. Just use your imagination. That's all I'm doing. I'm putting alizarin crimson down first, then I'm gonna take some cad red light and put on. Yeah, you just got to use your imagination. That's it. That's what it's all about. That's what makes the painting yours. Just throw some here and there. Since this one's coming all the way down, we'll put one or two right in here. That looks pretty decent. It's not real neat. You don't want it neat. You want it odd looking, sort of, if you know what I mean. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but not odd looking, just out of order. And that's what that looks like. That's what you want. There ain't too many things in nature that's perfect. I mean, everything is kind of, I cannot think of the word. I am sorry. Kind of different looking, not even. I don't know. Been a long day. And I'm going to take a little white, and I'm going to try and put just touch it, just for an extra color. And I think it looks pretty good when you do this. Just touch it. You don't want things to be uniform. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Yeah, it's been a long day today. This is after work. I'm painting after work. Get you some more. Just touch it. Don't touch it so much it turns pink. I think I'm gonna leave them the way those are. All right, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty good. I love Mediterranean scenes. I think they're cool. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. Thanks for watching.